Mike Vrabel, Harold Landry, Jalen Ramsay, Derrick Morgan, and the Madden 20 ratings coming at you right after the bumper. What's good, guys? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a blessed day. Today we're going to hop into some Madden ratings and cover some more news-related stuff. If you've been following the channel, we know we kind of did a training camp preview to start off the season and this channel. Next, we're going to hop into some new stuff. We're going to hop into some more news-related items. We're also going to do a weekly projection for every game this upcoming season. We're going to call it Behind Enemy Lines. We're going to start putting those out weekly as well, guys. Make sure you tune in for those, and let's hop into it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below unless you're a Jags fan! To start off, we got Derrick Morgan, guys, officially retiring from the league. Finished with 44.5 career sacks for the Titans, spent his entire 9 years with them. Finishing with 44.5 career sacks was a big part of our defense this past decade, and we wish him nothing but the best. Looks like he's going to fill more of an inspirational speaker role is what I've kind of picked up from his Instagram these past coming weeks. And I'm sure he'll be successful for whatever he takes on in this upcoming year. Next up in the news, I'm sure you guys follow Taylor Lewan and Will Compton on Bussin' with the Boys. Last week they had on Mike Vrabel, which is a head coach for the Tennessee Titans, and they hop into some interesting topics and some not so interesting topics. It's always nice to have them on podcasts and stuff like that because then you get to really see what our coaches are in real person, and it kind of takes them out of that interview role where they have to kind of be a little bit robotic and kind of be afraid to say what they really feel. On one part, Mike Vrabel was asked by Will Compton, his favorite question it seems to be because it's came up a couple times, would you cut your dick off for a Super Bowl? Our coach said, been married 20 years, probably. And his wife responded saying, yeah, she'd probably help him. But on today's episode, they were talking about it, and Will Compton kind of came out and said Harold Landry would do it for less than a Super Bowl. He'd do it for 10 plus sacks a year to average in his career. So obviously we don't want that to happen. We want the sky's the limit for the kid, but we can keep all of his body parts. But looking forward at it, I think it shows a nice commitment level for him. And he could kind of talk about it and joke afterwards, or he was kind of be like, oh, no, I didn't mean it afterwards. But I think that for real, he would have done it. And I think that just gives us more the looking forward this upcoming season, what kind of player he could be for us. Next up, let's hop into some Madden ratings. So every year to start the year, the Titans are severely overlooked and we're usually underrated. And as that year progresses, we kind of see those stats to start piling up and get a little bit better. This year is no different. They have us rated as an 81 overall as a team, which ranks in at 19th. Which, if we look into this past draft, we know we don't have a whole lot of holes. We do have the right guard situation that we hopefully fix with Nate Davis and Kevin Pamphile. And other than that, that was really it. So I don't know about you guys, but I believe Kevin Byard is the best safety in the league. I believe that 12 interceptions in the last 2 seasons definitely kind of proves that and shows that he is a ball hawk. If we look at his Madden rating, he doesn't even have a 90 overall. He's coming in at 89th, which is the 6th rated safety on the game, which is just blatantly disrespectful. But then we look at somebody like Delanie Walker, who's on the downslope of his career, and his Madden rating is only getting better, and he didn't even play last year. They have him rated as a 92, which is the 3rd tight end in the game, which I believe he is a great tight end. I believe he could have another Pro Bowl season potentially, but to put him over George Kittle is just asinine. Next, we have Jurrell Casey, who is arguably a top 10 defensive end in the league, potentially top 5 when whoever you're talking to. They have him tied for 14th on the game, which is just crazy to me. And he's just one of the big cornerstones of our defense. Next, we got Dion Lewis coming in at an 86, which is respectable and fine. But he's rated 3 points over Derrick Henry coming in at an 83. And we know this upcoming season and years past, they've kind of moved away from the big bruising backs and have moved to the shiftier pass-catching types. But you look at it, and Derrick Henry definitely has a better top speed than Dion Lewis. Not on the game, though. But we look at that, and I think that's going to flip-flop very soon as well. Next up, we look at our middle linebacker position. So we know Jayon Brown had a potential Pro Bowl season last year, coming in at a 75 overall. It's a little crazy. But then we look at players like who we've had on the team, Avery Williamson. And if we compare the two, I'd much rather have Jayon. And I was very sad when Avery left the team, but Jayon's a better player. And he's 10 points higher than Jayon, which is just crazy. And Rashaan Evans, he's going to blow up a little bit. And I think Woodyard's going to stay around that same spot that he's in currently. And the biggest disrespect of all of them, Dennis Kelly coming in at a 63 overall. Had a very good season for the games he did start. We know he did go down with the illness, but Pro Football Focus rated him as the number 3 tackle in the AFC South. 63? It's all good and all. He's still going to come up, and we do have Jack Conklin starting there on the right tackle position. I believe he's in the high 70s as of now. So one of them is going to be up there, and if you're playing the game, hopefully you don't have to put Dennis Kelly in. Next up, we got the right guard situation. This is the biggest hole on the team as far as Madden goes, which could potentially be a real-life situation as well. They have Nate Davis coming in at a 65 overall. Being a rookie in the league, being a third-round prospect, perfectly understandable. That's only room to grow. But then we look at Kevin Pamphile, who I project to start the year, is a 58. He's a failing grade. And it's just one of those things we're going to take with a grain of salt. We always know we get disrespected by the media, Madden, whoever it is. Titans got to protect Titans, right? Speaking of busting with the boys, we also might have Jalen Ramsay on the podcast coming up. This would definitely be the biggest podcast they've put out so far, being Mike Vrabel and Arthur Smith and Kevin Byard already being on there. This would definitely blow it up. We already know Jalen Ramsay, grown up as a Tennessee Titans fan, would love to play for the team in the future, I believe. He wanted us to draft him number 1 overall in the draft, and if we were to do that, I don't even think it would have been the biggest mistake looking at what he has done in his short career. One of the key reasons I don't think he might play for us in the near future going into next year is just because he is going to command a very big contract. And us signing Malcolm Butler last year to a big contract would definitely put us in a cap detriment. I could potentially see us moving on or potentially trading Malcolm Butler and then bringing in Jalen Ramsay, but I don't see a scenario where we have both of them on the team next year. But it could happen. We know Jalen's been hanging out with Kenny Vaccaro and Kevin Byard this offseason, so we'll see how it all shakes out at the end of this year. Let me know about what you think about the new news segment that we're going to be doing weekly, and let me know about the weekly projections that we're going to start putting out later this week as well. If there's anything you'd ever want me to cover, make sure you comment down below, and I'd be happy to hop into it. We also have our first sponsorship program. We're going to be sponsoring with Fanatics.com. For all of your Tennessee Titans apparel and jerseys, whatever you want to be, you can find it there. Just make sure you click that little description down in the bottom. Right now, you get free shipping off a $24 order or more. So make sure to cop a new jersey before the season gets started so you can rep the team in style. While you're down there in the description, make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe box. And we'll see you later. Make sure to click that link for the Fanatics.com down below and get your premium Tennessee Titans gear. Also hit that like, comment, and subscribe button.